pride ourselves on being your go-to source for authentic news and insight. Be it breaking news, thought-provoking discussions, we are your #1 online radio station in Southwest Nigeria. We are dedicated to delivering top-notch content that keeps you informed, entertained, and engaged. Stay connected on Power 365 Radio by following us on all our social media platforms, on Facebook at Power 365 FM, Instagram at Power 365_FM. Power 365 Radio, your source for news and insight. This is Power 365 Radio. Get ready to experience dynamic energy and professionalism. At Power 365 Radio, we pride ourselves on being your go-to source for authentic news and insight. Be it breaking news, thought-provoking discussions, we are your #1 online radio station in Southwest Nigeria. We are dedicated to delivering top-notch content that keeps you informed, entertained, and engaged. Stay connected on Power 365 Radio by following us on all our social media platforms, on Facebook at Power 365 FM, Instagram at Power 365_FM. Power 365 Radio, your source for news and insight.
Oba Olakuleyin crowned 43rd Olubadan. Tinubu names National Theatre after Wole Soyinka. Federal government floors governors as South Supreme Court outlaws caretaker ESCO joint account. On the foreign scene, Kenya youths demand Ruto's resignation, more fresh protest. Good afternoon, you're welcome to World News from Power 365 Online Radio. My name is Olamide Adeniji, and this is a news in full. Oba Olabi Olakuleyin on Friday has been crowned as the 43rd Olubadan of Ibadan land. The event was held at the Labosinde compound in the ancient city of Ibadan. The family whose right is to crown any Olubadan of Ibadan land. Those present at the venue include the former governor of Oyo State and member of the Olubadan in Council, Rashid Ladoja, the Oni of Ife, Oba Adeyeye Ogunwusi, the Sultan of Sokoto, Saheed Abubakar, former Senate leader Taslim Folarin, among others. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has named the National Arts Theatre in Igomu, Lagos, after Nobel laureate Professor Wole Soyinka. Tinubu announced this in a tribute he wrote to celebrate Soyinka in commemoration of his 90th birthday. The tribute written today, dated Professor Wole Soyinka at 90, tribute to a national treasure and global icon, was personally signed by the president and made available to journalists on Friday. Tinubu expressed his delight to join admirers around the world in celebrating Soyinka, adding that July 13 would be the climax of the series of local and international activities held in his honor. The federal government on Thursday floored the 36 state governors at the Supreme Court as the apex court granted full financial autonomy to the 774 local governments in the country. The seven-man panel, in a unanimous decision, outlawed the appointment of caretaker committees to administer the local governments by state governors. The panel also declared that it was illegal and unconstitutional for governors to continue to receive or retain funds allocated to the local councils under state and local government joint account. The court delivered the landmark judgment in suit SC/CV/343/2024 filed by the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Lateef Fagbemi against the 36 state governors. And on minimum wage, Thursday's talks between President Bola Tinubu and organized labor on minimum wage were adjourned until next week to allow for wider consultation and with all stakeholders. The leadership of the organized labor, led by the president of the Nigerian Labour Congress, Joe Ajero, and the Trade Union Congress, Festus Osifo, had arrived at the State House about 2 p.m. and were ushered into the Tinubu's office. The Tripartite Committee on the new national minimum wage had recently submitted two figures to the president as the organized private sector and the government team offered to pay 62,000 naira, while the organized labor demanded 250,000 naira. The Central Bank of Nigeria has commenced sales of forex to bureau de change operators after a 4-month hiatus across the country. This was after the Apex Bank confirmed forex sales of $122.67 million to 46 authorized dealers on Friday. A statement signed by the bank's director in charge of financial markets, Dr. Omolara Duke, said the new release is part of the bank's determination to promote stability and reduce market volatility in the foreign exchange market. Meanwhile, a two-story school building in Plateau State has collapsed, leaving many students and teachers trapped, with many of them feared dead. It was learned that the school St. Academy located at Busa Buji community in Jos North local government area of the state collapsed on Friday morning around 8:30 a.m. when many of the students and teachers were already in class. The news of the collapsed building jolted the community as distraught residents and parents who had their wards in the school were said to have rushed to the institution to ascertain their fate. When our correspondent visited the school, many of the residents were seen wailing while security men and emergency workers were busy trying to pull survivors from the rubble. And on the foreign scene, young Kenyans on Friday dismissed President William Ruto's decision to sack most of his cabinet, with some warning that they would resume street protests unless he steps down. Ruto has been scrambling to contain the fallout of deadly protests against proposed tax hikes after last month's peaceful rallies descended into violence and tapped into widespread anger against his government. Organized online and led largely by young Gen Z Kenyans, the protests have plunged Ruto's administration into the most serious crisis of his 2-year presidency, forcing him to abandon the finance bill containing the tax hikes. This ends our world news at 4 p.m. Thank you for staying tuned. But before we go, these are the headlines again. Tinubu names National Theatre after Wole Soyinka. Olakuleyin crowned 43rd Olubadan. CBN sells $122 million to 46 authorized dealers. And on the foreign news, Kenya youths demand Ruto's resignation, mulls fresh protest. Thank you for staying tuned. Do have a blessed evening. My name is Olamide Adeniji. Goodbye.
Tune in for the rhythms that make you feel alive. And get ready to power up your day every day on Power 365 Radio, broadcasting from the city of Ibadan. Follow us for top-notch news and entertainment updates. Don't miss a thing. So, pick up your phone and follow us on Facebook at Power 365 FM, Instagram at Power365_FM. Power 365